everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, it might not be enough to solve the drought problems here in the Golden State, but it sure is coming down pretty good here in Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Ready up, 42, Mike 42, check, Mike 42. Hey, here I come, Any weapon. Here I come.
Now. They run with Murphy to begin the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 66 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So that'll back him up 5. A false start backs him up 5. First and 15. Operating from the gun. Reynolds. And Callaway taking it in left side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Go now. 10-2 soft. Mike 54. Ready?
Looking to throw. Reynolds. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Over the middle here to Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Here's 2nd and 8. Flushed out right. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. From the gun, Reynolds. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Raiders, they're...
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
On 1st and 10, Reynolds. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here. Back to throw. Reynolds. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. So prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense.
Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Brown.
Ready. 50, plant. Mike, 50, plant.
They'll start the drive with Murphy. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again, Reynolds. He's got Njoku over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there of 22. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. David Njoku, his 5th.
Ready? 10-2 stop. I got it. Let's go.
On 1st down, Reynolds. Man open left side is Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
And there's a man they call AB, always a volume receiver. He gobbles up catches. Holds the number 2 and number 4 spots for most receptions in a season in NFL history. And in 2015, just 7 catches shy of setting the single-season mark for most receptions, currently held by Marvin Harrison, a Hall of Famer.
He had 136 catches that year on the heels of 129 the season before. They'll go with Murphy here on first down. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace. They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this.
Mike 54. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Big Griffin.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down. As well. From the 34 now.